Hey Spuddies, potatoMcWhiskey here and welcome to Civilization 6. Today we're going to be doing something a little bit different. This has been a scenario that I have tried to do a couple of times and I could never really make it work. But I've always wanted to try out a colonial game. So we're going to be playing on a Terra map today. Now how a Terra map works is it's basically continents, but everyone starts on the same continent. And one of the continents is uncolonized. I'm going to be turning off city-states here. I'm going to have disaster intensity as standard. I'm also going to make the map slightly larger. I'm going to have barbarian clans enabled. We also may as well have heroes and legends, monopolies and corporations and secret societies. These are all like the interesting ones. I mean, apocalypse is cool, but you know, it could go poorly. And we're just going to have random players. I think though, actually, I might not do random players. You know what? Random players is fine. We'll play on deity, we'll turn off city-states. Everything is completely normal, nothing fancy, no city-state selected, nothing like that. And we're just going to jump in and see if we can make a colonial game work. Because I've always wanted to do a sort of colonial game as Spain. And now a colonial game is one where you try to take advantage of those cards that give you extra production and gold from cities on a different continent. So our hope is that we spawn coastally. It would be really nice if we spawned coastally. This video is brought to you by Manscaped.com. Now Manscaped approached me to sponsor this video and I'm super happy to oblige them. And they're offering you the opportunity to get the performance package, which helps you get the best performance out of your package with 20% off and free international shipping and 2 free gifts if you go to manscaped.com and use the promo code potato20. Manscaped actually sent me one of these performance packages and I've used most of the stuff in it. There's a couple of things in there that I don't need, mostly the ear and nose trimmer they like to call the weed whacker, but I, just like everyone else, have been basically cultivating a massive bush for the last year sitting at home during a pandemic because you don't really take personal grooming seriously when you don't have to leave the house. And so that's why I kind of appreciated them approaching me and sending me it. And this is kind of me doing the same thing to you guys, giving you a gentle nudge to remind yourself that you should totally groom yourself. Now in this kit you get the lawnmower, which is a personal groomer with skin safe technology that can help reduce the nicks and cuts that you sometimes run into when you're giving the lizard a haircut. They also have a pair of crop preservers and crop revivers, which is a basically ball deodorant and ball toner spray. And like always, my favorite part of this kit is the Shears 2.0 luxury nail kit. It pretty much sits on my desk in front of me constantly, and it's actually been really helpful in getting me to stop biting my nails. I have a really bad habit, but by having this little kit that like has everything I need to groom my nails in front of me, I've been able to actually keep my nails pretty well trimmed and biting of the nails to a minimum. Now if you order this performance package that has all of the products I just listed, you'll also get 2 free gifts. You get the Shed travel bag and the Manscaped anti-chafing boxer briefs. All you have to do is click on the link in the description, put in an order for this, and make sure you use the promo code potato20 at checkout. Your balls and your body will thank you, and possibly even your significant other if you go out there and treat yourself. Now back to the video. So I've played 19 turns and let me explain what happened. I accidentally bumped off my recording key, and you know what? It stopped recording. So we just missed out on those first 19 turns. But I'll give you a quick recap, okay? Oh, I'm so embarrassed by this. And I really don't want to replay them because I'm in a really good spot. And I don't want to replay them because I'm about to clear this barb camp. I've just cleared a barb camp that was down here. And I just spent like 10 minutes talking about how I'm setting my cities up. But so here's what I've come to. Oh man, I'm so sad. I'm so sad because like the discovery, because when I found Pamacala, I slapped down this campus point right here and I was like, ooh, that could be a really good campus. And then like a turn or two later, or I think it was the same turn, I like unlocked the Hermetic Society, and then I saw these 2 ley lines, and this like jumped from like a +4 to a +8, and it was just insane. And then I immediately like started planning these cities. I have an industrial zone that hits basically all of the cities I have planned. In theory, I could move this. I mean, why is it there? 1, 2, 3. I don't think it's really there for any reason. I don't remember why I'm putting this here. I know I talked about it, and I think it was because our plan, oh God, I wish I had this footage. Basically, the current game plan is to go for a really tall Spain game, right, in the early game. And then in the mid to late game, we're going to try to take advantage of Treasure Fleet, which gives you 3 gold, 2 faith, and 1 production on all of your trade routes. That is tripled if you're between different continents. And because we're playing on a Terra map, one of the continents is uninhabited. So if we can get cities on there, we can do some really cool stuff. Plus, We are also playing as Spain again, so we get 25% production towards districts and builders on cities not founded on our continent. And sorry, not builders, you get a free builder when you found the city. We also have mission, which gives you faith, a faith, production, and food if it's on a different continent than our capital, and +1 science for every adjacent campus and holy site district. We also get additional science once cultural heritage is researched, and +2 loyalty per turn in cities with a mission improvement adjacent to the city center. So we can actually very easily cover our loyalty, especially with cards like, if I come in here, this card right here, Colonial Offices, which gives you a 15% growth bonus on cities not on your original capital. And then also the Colonial Taxes policy, which gives you gold and production for cities not in your original capital. So I'm going to try to play Spain like Spain is meant to be played, like a colonial game. Now, this also could be just like an incredible holy site, but I've kind of decided to go against a religion this game. I think it would take too much away from my ability to do a naval game. So instead, I'm going to pick up sailing because I will like to get fishing boats online, and I'm just about to get my first copy of Gypsum. And the general plan here is, again, to just build as tall as possible. I don't like that quadrireme is there, because that means now I'm going to have a very hard time clearing this camp. In fact, I need a couple of galleys to go clear that out or something. God, that's annoying. Now, let's keep exploring. Ooh, a tribal village. Very nice. Get rid of this. I thought I turned off the builder lens. Am I crazy? Did I like accidentally lock the builder lens in? Yeah, I did. Okay, I'm dumb. So I've got my second slinger coming up here, and this is just going to be nice. There was a galley that came from down here somewhere, so I'm going to assume that there's like another barb camp to my south, but I need this galley to like wander away so I can step in here and capture this camp. We got a slinger in our capital, and I think it's time we got our settlers out. We should really start thinking about them. Also, maybe harbor right there? Seems like a good spot for a harbor. I like it. I placed this harbor in the fog of war because I'm going to assume that this coastline doesn't have a reef on it, and it's just like a nice one. Yeah. Now, we also found a Nancy as a hero, which is incredible when you're playing in the corporations and monopolies mode. Is it time to get a settler? I think it is. We've cleared a couple barb camps, we're relatively safe, and I think we're advancing along. God, I'm so upset that we missed out on that early. Because the early game is like the best part, dude. Ugh. You know what I could do? Actually, I mean, I have the autosaves, and you can kind of see what happens. If you look at this little thing, as I go through the saves, you can see me exploring and playing the start of the game. It's just like, it's really dumb. It's dumb that I didn't get it recorded, but you really didn't miss too much, right? I promise you, he said immediately after saying that the early game is one of the most interesting parts of the game. Mixed messages there, el potato. Potato, 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 potato. Okay, this quadrireme ran away, so now I can yeet this barb camp, pick up that 3 era score. I'd like a normal age. All right, nothing over here. Very clear, very happy. Now, my big worry is that some sort of barb camp is going to appear in the fog of war over here, so I need to start fog busting. Owie, get away. Fog busters, I go. Ooh, +1 movement is cool. I don't know how I got 2 promotions on this guy. I'm kind of baffled. I guess I got, oh yeah, I cleared a barb camp and I got experience from a tribal. Nice. All right, builder is exploring. We're fog busting up to the north. We're fog busting here. We're fog busting down here. Consider the fog busted. Oh, hello. Honored to meet you, Congo. They're a little bit ahead of me, technologically. I wonder, they have gypsum. Well, that sucks. I do have the quick deals mod installed, which means I can, you know, do all sorts of trading shenanigans much easier. I think I'm gonna see if I can get a city over here first, because getting that campus down early is like game changer. Speaking of, let's get to work on researching the campus. And I'm gonna park my warrior here as a way to prevent Congo from forward settling me at all. All right, settler is out. Boom. I'm never gonna discover another continent, so I think I go for a 3rd city here. Ooh, you know what? I'm actually gonna go for celestial navigation first, and then I'm gonna go for a 2nd builder. I'm gonna try to like improve my empire heavily this game. Yeah. Okay, celestial navigation, because I want to be able to build my harbors. Campuses can wait a little bit because I have incredible campuses, so when I build them, they'll be gods. So like, there's no rush on getting them. Oh, we found another reef over here. Very nice. That could be a campus, if I want it to be, and then some sort of other district, perhaps. A theater square maybe would fit in there. I'm not sure what would fit in there. I don't know. Explore, my little builder. Explore for me. Somebody's built Etamananki already, so the marsh thingy is gone. Am I settling here? Well, you know what? It's probably a superfluous district, to be honest. So am I stopping to settle here, or am I going? I think getting horses online is actually so valuable because I can trade them to the AI that I'm just going to keep walking. Oh, and we actually found crabs here too. Very nice. Yeah, I really want this Pamecala settled. Plus, I'll get some era score from settling it too, which is going to be very nice. All right, 2nd builder. Do I have any tiles I want to improve in my capital? Not really. Maybe a mine. Got a 2nd mine online. That would be cool. Do I go for the monument now? If I go for the monument now, I think I go for monument after my 2nd settler. Yeah. Monument after second settler feels right to me. I don't know why, but it just feels right, you know? All right, builder, settler rather, settle the city. Boom, Pamacala, 3 era score, very nice. We will get a pasture here. Boom, craftsmanship boosted. And we have a strategic resource we can start selling to the Congo. I'm not sure if I want to sell them to him, because if I sell him strategics and then he just turns around and murders me with them, I'll be a little bit upset. I have 17 turns. I've got a little bit of time of production in here to do stuff. If I go for monument, I could pick up a hero. If I go for a builder, I could get a galley. I feel like monument is the best return on investment here. So monument it is. Getting that early culture roll is like super powerful for a tall game. There's foreign trade. I don't need craftsmanship. I do want a state workforce, however. So I'm going to start moving in that direction. Like, there's astrology. Man, is it possible that I could go for a religion this game? I mean, in theory, I could get this in 20 turns. I could get the god religion. Do I do it? Do I do it? Do I go for a religion? No. Oh man, but Spain is a religious civ. Do I give up the god seed campus for a god seed holy site? This is a really tough choice. I don't know if I can get a religion this game, all right? I know Congo's in the game, so there's one less person competing, but like a religion is already gone and someone's already, yeah, no, you know what? I'm not going religion this game. It's a small part of Spain's bonuses. I'd much rather focus on treasure fleets and missions. Like really focus on the colonial aspect of Spain. The religious aspect is cool and all. It would help me defend myself. But having lots of science is also a good defense. So science it is. Now I am going to have to get rid of this quadrireme. That is one thing I need to keep in mind. So I'll purchase myself a galley to that end. Get a little bit of era score. I have a pantheon available. I could get a builder. Builder wouldn't be bad. I could get +1 production from fishing boats. I do plan to build. I have a decent number of them. Like if we look here, fish, crabs, pearls, fish, turtle, fish, crabs, fish. Yeah, maybe fish boat pantheon feels right to me. I don't have rivers. I don't plan to really play around with appeal. Goddess of Festivals isn't bad. It's like half a monument. Goddess of Pastures too. I think we go for the production from fishing boats. We lock that in. We don't think about it too hard. We've converted our faith into a little bit of memes. So we've made an attack. Oh, I should have retreated maybe. Oops. I think this slinger may be dead actually. Oops, that was a miscalculation. Oh, we just barely escaped. Now, I believe quadriremes can move 3 tiles, so it's 1, 2, 3. So if I station here, I should be able to sweep around and kill that quadrireme without him getting the first attack. It's very important you get the first attack on quadriremes with your galleys. Pop into the water. Hopefully he doesn't see that builder and decide, oh, hello, Gaul. Exchange information on our capital. So Gaul's all the way over here. Nice to meet him. I'm going to send him a delegation. I'm too broke. Maybe I could sell some horses. Yeah, here we go. What I'll do is I'll sell 2 horses to each player, pick up just enough gold to send Gaul a delegation. Now he doesn't have gypsum either, and I may just sell off my early game luxury here. You give me 4 gold per turn, that's not nearly enough to be honest. I could sell off the rest of these 8 horses, and Gaul will give me 3 gold per turn, so I'm gonna take that deal. The quick deals mod is actually like a legitimate game changer. Oh, look at this chunk, bam. All right, fishing boat online now, it's a really, really good tile. High food, productive, bit of gold on it. I think it would be good to get a second thing. I don't know if I can afford to buy the crabs. Let's bring you back to heal a little bit. Can I afford to buy the crabs? 60 gold. It's expensive. It's very expensive. All right, there's our second settler. I think I send a builder after him. Yep, I think I do. I send a builder after him because there's a couple of tiles in here I'd like to improve. And then probably monument after that. A few early game builders. I'm lucky in that I've no nearby neighbors. If I had nearby neighbors, this would be such a harder game. I do want to head towards state workforce. I'd like to get a district built before that happens. Let's send this galley on auto explore. I'm interested in seeing what he reveals. Let's buy the crabs. Boom. Improve the crabs. 2 food, 1 production, 3 gold. So this city is churning out gold in production right now. Very, very strong city considering the phase of the game we're at. 5 production, 4 gold, decent growth, okay housing. I think I'll go for monumentality here. Triggering Eurekas is actually pretty easy though. I could get a second galley, build 3 districts, mine a resource. I think I had copper here. Yeah, I could mine that copper. So that's 1, 2. Build a watermill is possible. Iron mine may be possible. Ancient what? Yeah, I think it's easier. It's easier to go for free inquiry here than it is to go for monumentality. Because I'll get era score from triggering Eurekas. And then I think I can just go improve that mine to get some era score. I would really like this trade route. I need to grow my capital. That's something that has to happen. Do I want Anansi? If I could get open borders with Congo, I could run in and pillage his resources, take away his gypsum and then sell him gypsum. It's a neat idea. But I have a little bit of time in the early game here. I know I'm super behind technologically, but I could do like a hero tale. What would this trader do for me? Not much. What would Anansi do for me? Not much. Let's dig for heroes. Dig for heroes. If we find a good hero, then it's a game changer. This is basically Civilization 6 loot boxes right here. I'm like I'm actually hurting my empire in order to open a hero loot box right now. I hope you guys are happy about that. Oh, there's a tribal village down here. Oh, and a very mushroom-shaped peninsula. All right, boom. Settled our third city. There's early empire boosted. Let's grab early empire for the governor title. We're going straight monuments this game because the culture is really good early. Category 4 hurricane. Jesus Christ. We got our 3 cities down. Pop down that mine. There's the wheel boosted and we have a nice workable tile in here. City would grow in 15 turns versus 20 turns. That's 5 turns sooner. That just goes to show how badly your food gets wrecked. Maybe if I got a granary in there, it might be worth it to grow that city a bit. But first technology of the era, +1 era score. Very nice. Celestial navigation. So I think we're rushing out harbors this game in order to mass trade with the capital. Kind of the goal here. So harbor, obviously you have to get your monument first though. But I think the first district I get in here is this because I would also like to grow the capital a bit. And to grow the capital, I'll definitely need a granary. Yeah, I'm going to need a granary in here. There's just no way this city hits 4 population for its second district without a granary. So that's what's happening. All right, my galley got wrecked. So let's send it back to heal. Just don't sweep down. Right, the hurricane is kind of wandering. I'm going to like try to stay out of its way. All right, effect off. So is this where I want to put my industrial zone? Could I switch these? What if I flipped them? If I flipped them, would I be in a better situation? If I put my well, actually, isn't it very 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6? Yeah, it has to go here. Otherwise, it doesn't hit all my cities with power. So there is fine. There is fine. I'm going to send this builder to go do 1 chop or 1 mine in Seville. Maybe not, actually. Maybe use him to chop in here. Yeah, 1 mine. 1 mine couldn't hurt, could it? So now I'll get the monument to my capital as well. We're going hardcore into monuments right here to try and get our early government up. Autocracy. We want autocracy for the benefits of the actual build we're going, which is kind of a tall autocracy build. Got a lot of text boosted. Now, as far as I can tell, none of my campuses are placed on tiles where iron can spawn. So I'd feel relatively safe researching bronze working, but I also really want to get up to cartography as soon as possible, as well as education. So perhaps it would be a good idea to now get campuses. Plus that would get me towards currency for industries. Yeah, I like that. The one downside of the build I'm going is, oh, we found Beowulf. Not a hero I need, to be honest. My hero loot box did not pay off. And so I could get a granary, or do I go straight for the harbor? Getting the harbor as a trade route means my empire scales. It gives me housing in here. It makes this city scale. I could also slowly build a settler. I feel like now is the time to scale hard. The earlier I get that housing, the faster my cities grow, which means the taller my cities get. Right there is a nice mine for the city to work. When it grows eventually, it'll have another high production tile. I have a lot of horses to sell, and there's colonization. I should have plugged out God King ages ago. I can't believe I forgot. Urban planning for sure, because we're about to start building a government plaza. And not settlers. I think I go for Magnus here for the surplus logistics and the chops. Now, Pingala is really good for tall too, but Magnus is really good for like the kind of weird tall build that I want to do right now. I'm trying to do things that are different and interesting, like things that you don't expect me to do. So I'm going for like this tall capital Magnus build, like to build a tall capital and to feed my cities from my capital. So next on the agenda is possibly currency. I may delay state workforce to pick up mysticism for an envoy just to sit on that envoy for a while and work on a granary in my capital so it can grow, because it's going to take 59 turns to grow to its next pop level. And then I should be able to chop in my capital really quickly. Galley, auto explore. There's mysticism, very nice. It's turned 64, we're making good progress. State workforce now, 4 turns on this tech, so I'll pick up military tradition first and then state workforce. Trying to efficiently spend my culture. I think the sooner I get my harbors up and start generating that like insane gold, the better. And I think it would be good for me to get out of quadrireme so I can get naval tradition for the double harbor adjacency. That gold is going to be really valuable for me this game. We're in position to chop. It's a 54 production chop with Magnus, making decent culture, really, really far behind on science, but we can catch up on science super fast. That's why I'm not worried. Military tradition, perfect. State workforce, does Harbours finish next turn, which will boost. You sink a single turn into a heroic tale for me, please. Boom, +4 Harbour gives me era score. Very nice. Immediately get the lighthouse. The lighthouse is going to give us a lot of value in this city. The lighthouse will give me +1 housing and another +2 because the city is founded on the coastline. So that's another 3 housing, which brings us all the way up to 7 housing in total. So we'll be able to grow to 6 population without penalties because you start getting penalties when you're 1 housing away from your population cap. It'll also give us +1 food on both of these crabs tiles, which will, or both these fishing boat tiles, which will make growing the city to that population cap quite a bit easier. And then in combination with the granary, we can very easily get the city to a 9 population housing cap, which is good. So I think rushing the lighthouse here is really, really good because on top of all of that, we get a trade route. And Spain has really, really good internal trade routes, as we'll see as the game advances. All right, there's state workforce. We have access to the government plaza. Do I want to change anything here? I don't think so. I think I'm relatively happy with my setup. We take the government plaza. We pop it down right there. Oh, I didn't even see this ley line. Did I see this ley line? I guess a district could go here somewhere. What the hell did I do? Shift S hides pins. Oh, that's neat. It's like a mechanic from that mod I have installed. Cool. Let's get to work on political philosophy. We want autocracy because we are working on this government plaza. I think I chopped the government plaza to 1 turnip. So I get that extra governor title. And then I give surplus logistics to Magnus. Actually, speaking of surplus logistics, we for sure want the trader in here first. Yes. We want the trader in this city first. We want to start getting our traders out. And we're going to be doing like a ripple fire trader. We're going to get a trader in here, send it to the capital, then build a new trade route here. Put a trader in here, send it to the capital, then get a city in a city. And then actually, maybe even like another city over here and another city down here. Because like 1, 2, 3... 1, 2, 3. If I put a city here, I use all of this land very effectively. And then you know what? It actually fits really nicely in with another harbour and then another campus. I should totally go explore this tribal village, but I'm trying to fog bust right now and I'm scared. Let's grab surplus logistics for the 20% growth and making trade routes to my capital better. That might seem like a crazy thing for me to do, but it's not, I promise. Now in Zaragoza, I think this is where I want to put Pingala. Yes. I think I put Pingala in Zaragoza because once it's done, the trader, the lighthouse, it's going to immediately just go for a campus. Now it's turn 71, we're on 3 cities. This is a pretty gimped build, but I'm hoping to show that there are you don't always have to go for the most hyper optimal setup, and you can kind of play around with things if you know what you're doing with the game. And that actually, okay, we found Hippolyta. How did I find Hippolyta? Oh, I accidentally finished the heroic tale in here. Well, that was a mistake. Well, I've got 6 turns until political philosophy finishes anyway, so I may as well dig for another hero. I've already dug for 3. It's loot box time, baby. We're digging for heroes. I mean, realistically, this should be a builder. If I was playing in anything resembling a sane way where the AI has 10 times my science, this would be a builder or a campus. But we're digging. We're going for heroes, baby. So just straight up lighthouse. Now you might think the granary gives me food, housing, all that stuff would let me the city grow. So does the lighthouse. The lighthouse does all of those things and more. Keep exploring for me. Actually, I should have been selling my horses. So let me see. This is the maximum amount of horses these guys will buy. Gaul will give me a better deal, so I'll take that. Now I've got 300. I could opt to buy something. Well, I can switch away from currency because I'm about to finish a thing. Maybe I could buy a second galley to boost shipbuilding. Yeah, I like that idea. Plus I can use it to explore. All right, trade route sent to... Now, Mabanza Congo would give me 1 production, 6 gold, 1 science, 1 culture, and 2 faith. But if I send it to my capital, I'd get 4 food, 3 production, 3 gold, and 2 faith. And that to me just kind of screams the whole plan for this internal trade route thing that I want to do. Now that I have currency, by the way, unlocked from sending that trade route, these gypsum tiles are going to be a bit more important. That's an 8 science campus that I can build in 8 turns. I think I have to do that. That's an absurd district that I haven't built it yet. So unfortunately, my hand is being forced in ways that I do not like. Why would you choose to explore the same direction as the other one? Hang on. There you go. Thank you. Now you went the right way. A little bit of a housing issue in a couple of cities, but that's okay. Congo is just going nuts with science, and I don't like it. I really don't. He's telling me that I'm weak. Okay, we need to stop gambling on heroes. Here's the problem. The more we gamble, the better chance we have of finding the outcome that we want. Oh god, I see why loot boxes are so addictive now. Harbor here is so good. Lots of housing. Why not harbor? That is my question to myself. Why wouldn't I just go harbor here? The reason why not is because next turn... Well, I think harbor is my next district in here. Yeah. Harbour's my next district, for sure. So we'll just put a turn into it and see how she goes. I'm going to chop to get my government plaza building though. So now it's time for autocracy. Boom. Let us keep urban planning. We will start settlers. I will plug in conscription for gold and charismatic leader for influence. So this card, this ability is giving me 1 to every yield in my capital. I'm getting +1 from modifiers across the board, which is nice. Not a bad little bonus. And if I were to pick up the audience chamber, it's a lot of amenities and housing. It would also give me room for another governor title to plug into Seville or Zaragoza. It's 11 turns. I think we go for the audience chamber, and I think we even chop it out to get it in 7. Next up, we want to go for military training because we want veterancy so we can build our harbours faster. And the tall build is starting to come to fruition. 3-city tall build that will expand into a 6-city, perhaps 7-city tall build. Nice, first campus is done. How badly do I need this library? It's pretty important, the great scientist point, but I'm getting the majority of the bonus here, so I'm just going to go for the lighthouse. That trade route is like sickeningly good. Although on the other hand, this city could very happily just build me a settler, get it down here, and then I'll use the trade route from Seville to get this city online a little bit quicker. Yeah, I like that. Yeah, I like that plan. Classical era in 5 turns. We are in a normal age, having a normal one. Right, gradient of storm, not great. Killed my pasture, which was like where the majority of my economy was coming from. Oh, if I sell them my gypsum, I get like 12 gold per turn. That's an easy deal. No one really wants to buy my horses for anything other than just raw gold, and I can't use that for anything. This is a dust storm, which means we can rebuild that horse tile like immediately if I get a builder. Buy a builder in my capital, chop out a settler. Yes. Buy builder in capital, chop out settler. There's shipbuilding, so we could in theory go for the Colossus. I'd have to kill one of my good fishing boat tiles, which I don't want to do though. Settler it is. We finished the Ancestral Hall, right? I'm not crazy. Yeah, we did. Look at that. 10 housing in this city, okay? 8 housing in here. We don't even have our lighthouse done. Welcome to the tall game. What am I going to put in Seville? I feel like Liang. No, I want to put her in the fishery city, which is probably here. So Liang is going here eventually. And then probably going to put Reina up here to take advantage of the double adjacency, because that's the only way the city is ever going to be good, is with that double adjacency. So that makes sense to me. That all kind of fires all the cylinders to me. I'm kind of okay with not settling this crappy piece of land. Ooh, I want the turtles though. Turtle monopoly. Lots of value in the turtles. There's always money in the turtle stand. Let's get mathematics. I do want my Diplo quarter at some point, and I'll soon be growing my capital like crazy. All right, lighthouse. Lighthouse done in here. I no longer need this pin. Immediately get ourselves a trader. You're going to buy more horses off me. Let's do mutual open borders. You may buy my horses, sir. Games and recreation. Cool. There is an argument to be made of putting a theater square or an entertainment complex next to this because it gives an extra amenity if you have an entertainment complex next to it. And if I was doing that, I would maybe consider a theater square in here. And since this is the Pingala city, that actually makes a ton of sense. This is all lining up perfectly for me. My God. Yeah, this like lines up perfect. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do with the city. Yes, I have decided this is going to be my culture and science city. Perfect. Now to that end, I'm going to use Pingala to generate culture because it's I don't really have a good way to get culture this game. So I'll put the governor title in there. We're in the medieval era. We're on 3 cities on deity difficulty in the medieval era. Do you think I can win? Are you really sure I can win this game? I'm not sure I can win this game. I think free inquiry still has value for me here. There's a lot of boostables. Yeah, there's a ton of boostables. So let's do free inquiry, and I have a campus building I can build to get a bit of era score too. Let's get that settler. This settler is going here, so this settler is going south, and then this very, very final, essentially the final settler of the game, is going north. I say let's make units half price. Sure. And then Shinto. Let's make Shinto stronger. I don't know what to vote for when I'm completely blind. I don't know what players' agendas are. Protestantism passed and cheaper production for units. Mathematics, cool. We have access to our diplomatic quarter, and I reckon Diplo quarter goes here, and then maybe spaceport in the late game, which is how we're planning to win, goes here. So we need to start thinking about cartography, since that's actually our main goal this game, is to get to that. So let's get our galleys back to our cities. I'd like another galley. I'd like 3 to 4 caravels, I think would be enough for me to explore the land at need. I have a 2-charge builder here with nothing to do. Nout to be doing. I think mines make sense. Nice to meet everyone. It's an honor to meet you. Exchange information on capitals. Looks like a couple of emergency passed. Put a mine right there. There's apprenticeship boosted. A little bit of era score. You're ready to become a caravel. You're heading this way. I'm loving this chill game. I feel like it's quite rare for me to get like a perfectly chill game where I don't have to worry about the AI on my border at all. Let's get that lighthouse now. We're missing that trade route. You want to buy my horses. Let's do mutual open borders. You may have my horses. I'm not doing any delegations or anything like that because I'm trying to save my gold for the play I'm trying to make. Maybe I could have purchased a settler. They're a bit expensive. Never mind. Mine right there. Come this way. Oh, I didn't mean to delete that. That should be a city token. Void Singers. Cool. We found them. Nice. Raid military. Settle this city. Delete that pin. Immediately work on a harbor. Send the trader to Cartagena. Delete that pin. This trader will be sent to the capital in order to build this city up faster. Yes, perfect. Now I have the card I want, which is the veterancy card. Gives me a 30% production boost towards harbor and harbor buildings. I only need colonization plugged in for a few more turns, and then we can plug in the builder card, which is going to be wonderful times. This city lacks growth, so how close am I to feudalism? Not close enough to delay. Don't click it, potato. No, you've already been burned too many times. We'll think about heroes later. Oh God. Speaking of heroes, I watched Invincible. I think I already talked about it, but it was really good. Invincible is good. You should go watch it. All right, it's worth watching. So we're going to trade with Madrid because we're trying to crank out as much food production and gold from this trade route to grow these cities really, really big, and it'll also help us build our harbor faster, which lets us get our next trade route faster. It's sort of a cycle of life and trade routes. Life and trade routes. Boom. Delete that. You're going to take too long to get a trader. Just slowly work on that harbor. The trade routes are everything for me this game. They like, it's kind of like playing Portugal. They define how you're supposed to play. Now, the thing is, you're a little bit slower than Portugal. Oh no, this tile is open. It's going to trigger me for the rest of the game. Okay, let's just pretend that this tile does not exist, okay? It's an aerodrome. It's an ancient, it's a medieval era aerodrome. Oh, it's so tempting. No, it's so tempting. It's so tempting to dig for heroes. But I really should do my harbor because there's a trade route sitting in there that I could get. All right, so I'm going to buy now 2 more galleys. Actually, monument in here first and in here maybe because I want to get to mercenaries so I can upgrade my caravels for half price. Yes. So monuments first. I know that sucks because it's like a delay, but it's necessary. Trader, go. Need to get my gypsum industry up. Probably a bit early to buy these galleys, but I think it also makes my military look a little bit scarier, so the AI is less likely to mess with me. America is doing really well in science. Everyone's doing really well in science except me. Oh God. Science. Mutual open borders. Sounds good to me. Congo. Yeah, he still thinks my lands are peaceful. I'm really curious as to see what's out there in the fog of war. Because the way this game is set up, is that what you find out there is just meant to be pure, unadulterated chaos, right? So we're going for mercenaries. We're basically going straight for cartography. Like that's the goal of this game. Harbor is online. Lighthouse time. I have a governor title. I think I go for Liang. I appoint Liang in Cadiz. Gives me a place to get my builders from. All right, cool. Got a builder out here. This trade route will go to this city up north. Actually, no, it'll go to Cadiz first. You work on a monument. Place that eventual +5 harbor. Delete that. All right, cool. Granary would help in this city to grow it, but also builders. Do I go for builder? Do I go for granary? Do I go for builder? Do I go for granary? If I'm going to be improving this, I should probably go for granary. I don't need the housing, but I do want the food. I don't need the housing, so instead, do I go for mausoleum this game? Oh, well, that's a bit of a game changer. Do I go for mausoleum this game? Did I forget about mausoleum? This is like forgetting about Dr. Dre. Like, how could you ever forget about mausoleum? Shit. I can't believe I forgot about Dr. Dre, aka the mausoleum. You know what? I go for mausoleum so often. I'm vetoing mausoleum this game. Someone else can have it. Someone else can take it. What I will go for, though, I want the Great Library. It's like, it's in my blood, the Great Library is. Granary is growth. Granary is life. So is Shrek. So live in strife. All right, fishing boat, boom. City is growing, click, clickety clackety, whickety whackety. 12 turns still grows. Granary will shorten that a little. Weirdly, why do these reefs have so much food on them? I'm confused. I thought reefs were only 1 food. Yeah, apparently reef adds 1 food, 1 production. I thought it only added 1 production. I don't know where that food is coming from. Maybe my game is like modded beyond all recognition. We're going to trade with Madrid. I'm pretty sure I only have UI mods installed. Look at my empire develop. It's very satisfying. Like, the cities are all, it's kind of hard to see, but this city is growing. The city is beginning to grow. The city's already population 3. My capital's population 4. It's going to start growing again. This city's just barely squeaking along. I need a builder over there. But thankfully, I do in fact have a builder. I'm looking at my rabbit because she's currently like eating her flooring. And it's like, dude, she's like looking back at me as she chews on it because she knows I know. Hey! Okay, I love you all very much. I gotta go pet my rabbit because she's acting up. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye!